Have you ever wondered what it feels like to simply vanish? One moment you're there, living your life, and the next, you're gone. Not just gone, but erased, leaving behind a mystery that haunts the world for decades. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most baffling cases of disappearance in history. We'll explore eerie ghost ships found sailing without a soul on board, venture into the wild where people have stepped off a trail and into thin air, and examine cases that defy all logical explanation. These aren't just stories. They're chilling puzzles with missing pieces, tales of lives interrupted, leaving behind only questions. So, buckle up as we journey into the unknown, exploring the unsettling silence left behind when people and vessels vanish without a trace. Let's begin our journey on the high seas, a vast and unforgiving expanse where some of the greatest maritime mysteries have been born. Picture this: a perfectly seaworthy ship under full sail, discovered adrift in the middle of the ocean. The cargo is intact, personal belongings are neatly stowed, and there's even food on the table, still warm, but the crew are gone. This isn't the plot of a horror movie. This is the reality of the ghost ship phenomenon. The most famous case, of course, is the Mary Celeste, discovered in 1872, sailing aimlessly in the Atlantic. The lifeboat was missing, but there were no signs of a struggle, no distress signals, nothing to explain why 10 people would abandon a perfectly good ship. It's a riddle that has baffled historians and sailors for over 150 years. Was it a freak wave? A mutiny? Something far stranger? The ship itself held its secrets, sailing on as a silent testament to its crew's mysterious fate. But the Mary Celeste is far from the only vessel to earn the ghost ship title. Take the case of the MV Joyita, found in the South Pacific in 1955. The ship was partially submerged and listing heavily, but engineers later confirmed it was virtually unsinkable. Its 25 passengers and crew were missing. Investigators found a doctor's bag on the deck with bloody bandages, but no other signs of violence. The ship's logbook, sextant, and chronometer were also gone, along with the life rafts. Theories ranged from piracy to insurance fraud to a simple argument that escalated tragically, but nothing concrete has ever been proven. And more recently, in 2007, the Kaz 2, a modern catamaran, was found drifting off the Australian coast. The 3 men aboard, all experienced sailors, had vanished. The engine was running, a laptop was on, and a meal was half prepared on the table. It was as if they had been plucked from the deck in an instant. These ships drift like specters on the water, each one a floating monument to an unsolved mystery, reminding us just how easily the ocean can swallow secrets whole. Now, let's step off the waves and into the deep, dark woods. The wilderness is a place of immense beauty, but it also holds a formidable power. It's a realm where the line between being found and being lost forever is incredibly thin. Every year, experienced hikers, seasoned hunters, and casual tourists enter national parks and vast forests, only to never be seen again. One of the most perplexing cases is that of Dennis Martin. In 1969, 6-year-old Dennis was on a camping trip with his family in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. He and his brother decided to play a prank on their parents, hiding behind separate bushes to jump out and surprise them. His brother jumped out, his father jumped out, but Dennis didn't. He was gone. In the few moments he was out of sight, he vanished from one of the most popular trails in the park. A massive search operation, one of the largest in the park's history, was launched. But despite thousands of searchers, not a single trace of Dennis Martin has ever been found. No clothing, no tracks, nothing. It's as if the forest itself swallowed him. The wilderness is filled with stories like Dennis's. Consider the strange case of Paula Weldon, a college student who went for a hike on Vermont's Long Trail in 1946. She was seen by several people starting her walk, but she never returned. Despite extensive searches, the only clue ever found was a witness who claimed to have seen a distressed young woman matching her description on the trail. But the lead went nowhere. Her disappearance was so baffling it led to the creation of the Vermont State Police. Then there's the case of experienced hunter and guide, Bobby Bizup, who disappeared in Rocky Mountain National Park in 1958. He was an expert woodsman who knew the area like the back of his hand, yet he vanished while scouting for a hunting trip. For over 50 years, his fate remained a complete mystery, until a climber found his skeletal remains and a few personal items in a remote, almost inaccessible area, far from where he was last seen. Even with the discovery, questions remain. How did an expert like him end up there? What happened in his final moments? These cases highlight a terrifying reality. No matter how prepared or experienced you are, the wilderness operates by its own rules, and sometimes it simply doesn't give people back. So, what could possibly explain these events? When logic fails, we often turn to more unconventional theories. In the case of ghost ships, some have speculated about encounters with undiscovered sea creatures, or even abduction by unknown forces. The infamous Bermuda Triangle, a region of the North Atlantic where numerous ships and aircraft are said to have disappeared, has fueled theories about magnetic anomalies, wormholes, or even submerged alien bases. While these ideas are fascinating, they lack concrete evidence. For wilderness disappearances, theories can get even stranger. Some researchers have pointed to patterns in these cases, the suddenness of the vanishing, the lack of any trace, and how victims are sometimes found in areas that were already thoroughly searched. This has led to speculation about everything from undiscovered predators to portals to other dimensions. While authorities and most investigators stick to more plausible explanations, animal attacks, or unfortunate encounters with other humans, the sheer strangeness of some cases keeps the door open to these fringe ideas. For the families left behind, any explanation, no matter how wild, can seem more comforting than the crushing silence of not knowing. The common thread linking a ghost ship in the Atlantic and a lost hiker in the Rockies is the profound and unsettling void they leave behind. For the families and loved ones, the lack of closure is a unique kind of torment. Every knock on the door, every ringing phone, could be the news they've been waiting for years or even decades. They're stuck in a state of suspended grief, unable to mourn, unable to move on. These stories also serve as a stark reminder of our own vulnerability. They challenge our sense of order and control, showing us that despite all our technology and knowledge, there are still corners of our world and aspects of the human experience that remain profoundly mysterious. We build sturdy ships and map every trail, but we can't always account for the unpredictable. These disappearances force us to confront the idea that sometimes there are no easy answers. Sometimes the question, "What happened?" is met with an enduring, deafening silence. The world simply moves on, leaving a human-shaped hole where a person used to be. As we conclude our look into these haunting disappearances, it's clear that our world is still full of mysteries. From the lonely decks of ghost ships to the silent trails of vast forests, the stories of the vanished echo through time. They are cautionary tales, historical puzzles, and human tragedies all rolled into one. They remind us to be humble in the face of nature and to cherish the people around us. For life can be incredibly fragile. While we may never know the truth behind what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste or to young Dennis Martin, their stories will continue to captivate and mystify us for generations to come. They are the ultimate unsolved cases, a testament to the fact that some secrets may be kept forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you found these stories as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into life's greatest mysteries. And I'd love to hear from you. What case do you find the most baffling? Let me know in the comments below. Stay curious, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.